Yeah, I mean the scene's definitely changed a lot. I remember back then when I was playing, we had like a lot of top teams that were practicing like salaries, whereas now it is very, very different. There's basically only TLR that's kind of up there like that, and even the other teams are usually just like friends, like teams like Coalesce or I guess Dripman's that kind of the only other one, or I forget eight sins now. Yeah, so it's definitely way different when we had like LVN as a top team, even Endpoint, and so I think it's quite weird for us. Like we talk about it a lot as a team, where we face like two different types of teams. Teams like TLR that practice a lot, or teams like Square Sausages or Coalesce, where they're like 5 good players, but they don't have like good strats or anything. You know, they're more just like pugging it as friends. So dealing with that as a team, like we have like 2 different play styles for what team we face, I think. Yeah, I've definitely gone through a lot of different players and different teams, and I do just enjoy it. Is the main reason I keep coming back, keep playing. I work full time. It's not kind of like my main thing that I do, but it's just a passion. It's just fun and I enjoy the kind of work side of it. I enjoy like going in strat base, thinking of new ideas and stuff. I just find that like aspect of it fun. So I think that's like the main reason. And there has been teams that I haven't found fun, and I've quit or changed players and got a whole new roster. So I'm only doing it because I enjoy it still, and I think when that stops is when I stop playing. I've had a very weird selection of teammates over the time because I was never really in like the top kind of friends groups in the scene. I couldn't get like people that had already kind of made it, I think, to join my roster. So I had to scout people or see like, I think this person can be good, maybe their aim's good, but I need to build up this aspect. So I think that's one thing I've done a lot. And then it's also just been like friendships, you know what I mean? I've made friends with a lot of people around that, like at a similar level, and then seeing, okay, that person, I can actually think that they could be quite good in the team, and then trying to like build them up and get them to play more Team CS. I think someone that like helped loads was playing with like Dag for ages, because he was one of the best players I've played with, and an AWPer, so it made fitting in other pieces around him quite easy. And I've played like every role. I've always mostly been a caller, but I have also done other roles, and then I played rotator spots, anchor spots. I used to AWP previously, so I think that helps as well, where I can just fit around the team and do whatever's needed. I think I've always been with different orgs. I don't think I've ever stuck with an org for more than like 2 seasons. So now being with Control, they feel very different to other orgs. They feel very like involved. They and it's one thing that I was a bit apprehensive about, because I know they've not really had many good CS teams in the past, and they're mainly Valorant, but they're very, very involved, very like watch all like games, like really supportive. So that's been great to have. I think the only other org that I have had like that is TLR, back when I was with them last season, and they were also like a great org. So it's good to see both of us kind of in the final being rewarded like 2 strong orgs. One thing with this roster that is very rare, and I think with previous teams I've never had, is like I think we are 5 very strong individuals. There's every single person has had their like insane games. They've had carry moments, like they've had clutches, like and yeah, that's just great. I think that's a bit about what we're about. And then also it's the fact that we've been able to do these crazy comebacks, like loads. I think against TLR we were down 10-1. And then against Square Sausages in the final, or like the qualifying game to here, we were down 9-1, both on Mirage. So I think that's what we never had. And it is crazy, when we won the round against Square Sausages and got it to 9-3, we were just like giggling, like, holy shit, we've won this game. Like, we were just so confident, 9-3 down, and then we went on to win it. So I think that's something that, and then I think we got that confidence by doing the same thing to TLR previously. So that's just like a great feeling, knowing that, especially in a best of 5, you know, we could start 0-2 in maps and we'd still have that confidence that we could come back and win it. Last season, when we were with Tree, we felt that we were like very, very good as a team. We at that previous epic, we beat 8 sins, then lost to min late, and I think one of the maps was super close, and then we lost to 8 sins again, which was also super close. And so I think we placed like 8th that event, or top 8, but we felt that we did very well. Like only losing to those teams on paper is like a great achievement. So I think not having those, like having to make excuses, and then actually like performing well and coming top 3 was just great for our confidence, and then also making it to UKC, felt like everything kind of fit in together. Really gave us confidence going into the final was when we beat Coalesce that first time. I think that kind of proved that like we can, we're like here to hang with these top teams. And then kind of just feeding on from that, playing really close against TLR, when we had to rematch Coalesce the second time and then Square Sausages, we felt like super confident, like we're going to win those games. And then the only, like the big dog, the one that we wanted to beat now was TLR. So having to beat, we've already like beaten, the other top UK teams, and we've played close against TLR twice. So actually being able to beat them is what we want. Yeah, it's really rough to prep because I've never played a best of 5 before. And then especially online is different. I think the only big advantage that we have is we've had no officials for the past 2 weeks, so we've just fully focused on this game only. So we're trying to also not like over prep and get too focused on it, but we've been able to watch all of their officials, and obviously even though they play full time, they've had to prep for all of them. They've got like advanced playoffs, which I'm sure is big for them, and they've been prepping for that as well. So I think that is a big advantage for us. And then this is like actually the first time that I feel like I've had a very good map pool in the team. I think because I've been with everyone for so long, we've got like a pretty confident 6 maps, which is perfect going into the best of 5 because I feel like we can win on any 5 of the maps that's going to be played. I think being able to lift a trophy would just be great. It's something I've like obviously wanted like for so long, is to have like, I mean, step 1 was a good placing at either a UKIC or an Epic LAN. And I feel like I've done that already with both of them. And then now just it's that next step of like being able to actually win one of these events would just, be amazing. Especially knowing that like the practice time we have, like Ali gets back from work at like 6:30 every day. So we have like 2 hours practice in a weekday minimum, max. And then like we maybe get a couple hours at the weekend. So, but it's just doing the most with what we have is what we're about. And if we're able to, pull it off and win the trophy, that would just be amazing. I think our plans are to all stick together. I think we're just all good friends in and out of the server. So it's just, no change I think on the horizon. Just keep playing together, and yeah.